Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Podcast UK. My name is Yazmin, and I will be the DM.
Hi, my name's Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale, a sorcerer from Nephalia.
Hello, I'm Colin Robinson, and I play Cuin de Greymont, a paladin from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I play Ogvar, a ranger from Kessig.
Last time, on Secrets of the Silver City, our daring duo defeated the Direball. After collecting yet more gold and indulging in a round of liquor, or two, they received a vampiric visitor. Political etiquette was invoked for Esther, resulting in an arena duel to maintain a long-standing personal peace treaty. With Esther victorious, the team retired for the evening, but not before a rampaging Rowan raised his game, and some eyebrows in the process. Elora is still silently smirking to herself. Episode 25. Splash the Cash.
Overnight, you all level up.
Elora is now a level 4 sorcerer. Her hit points have increased from 18 to 25, and her dex is increased by 1, raising her dex modifier to 4. She has also gained the spell Scorching Ray, which is her first second level spell and is drawn from the PHB 1. Rowan Batkinson now has 12 hit points and can deliver touch spells for Elora. He can locate and notice creatures within 20 feet. He has blind sense, improved evasion, empathic link up to 1 mile, and offers Elora the alertness feat, gaining her +2 on her spot and listen checks. He can also share Elora's spell if she casts within 5 feet of Rowan.
Cuin has gone up another level to level 4. He has got stronger, and he is also his dexterity has increased. His hit points have improved from 31 to 34, bit of a bad roll there, and can now turn undead as well as cast various low-level spells, probably particularly cure light wounds.
Ogvar has now reached level 4 ranger. He has gained a total hit points of 26 and 1 ability point into strength, giving him a total of 12, which now grants him a +1 modifier. With his +1 wisdom at level 4, he has the ability to cast 1 prepared spell per day.
Okay, cool. So you all wake up in the morning. Ogvar, you are woken up by a tap, 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 tap on the window in your room.
Hello? Hello? So Ogvar will walk to the window and look at what is tapping on the window.
On the windowsill, you can see, as well as the view outside of the guild, so you've got a view down the street, but directly sat on the window ledge is a juvenile raven. It's still got a couple of fluffy grey downy feathers, and it is tapping on the window and looking at you rather imploringly.
Okay. I will very gingerly open the window just a crack.
Yep. Just like that, the raven darts inside, and it buries itself under the duvet you've just vacated.
Oh no, what are you doing in there? Okay, so Ogvar will walk across.
Yep.
And try and coax him out from the duvet. He'll sort of put his hand out.
Make me a handle animal check.
Okay.
Meanwhile, all you can hear is this kind of rustling under this duvet.
That's going to be an 11 all in.
Yeah? You put your hand out and you see a beak pop out just from under the edge of this duvet. And it goes... and it drops into your hand, a small object. and then disappears back in, and you just hear a loud rustling. You can imagine it's running circles under the dip, jumping up and down.
Okay. So what is in my hand?
Okay. When you look at the object in your hand, you can see that it is a very, very, very tiny green gem.
Okay.
It's about the size of half a fingernail. It's tiny, but the raven had it in its beak.
Okay. So I will keep that in my other hand and then lift the duvet to find the raven.
The raven is nestled just kind of in the middle of the bed, very cutely, looking all fluffy. And it goes, "Ah!"
Okay, so I will attempt to just give it a bit of a pat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Handle animal again.
Handle animal, okay. And that will be a 19 all in.
Yeah, you pat it. It doesn't bite you.
Oh, hello there. I'm Ogvar.
"Ah!
What are you doing in my room?
Ah!"
So I'll just go and open the window fully now, just in case he does need to find his way back out.
You open it and you can feel it is actually quite cold. It's bitter morning
Okay.
outside. It's a bit of a wind blowing through the
I'll
streets.
leave it open just a little bit
Yeah.
longer, just and go back across to him and sort of just try to pick him up a little bit, try to see if he's friendly.
Yeah,
He
you
hasn't
pick
bit
him
me
up. You slide your hand under his little legs are hanging down. "Ah!"
Okay. And where have you come from, I wonder? And look outside and see if there's any other birds on the rooftops.
Roll me a spot check.
Spot check. That's going to be an 8 all in.
No, you can't see any other birds out there.
Oh, you must all be on your own then. Maybe you should stay in here. It's a bit cold out there. I'm going to assume that's an agreeable squawk. So I'm just going to let him sort of sit on the... I'm going to pop him on like the dresser.
Okay.
I'm going to pop him there just sort of so he can have a look around the room.
Okay.
And sort of just every now and then just sort of give him a bit of a little pat and a little rustle.
Yeah. He starts following you around the room. He's kind of hopping from object to object, just fluttering gently and following you around the room.
Oh, you're quite friendly, you are, aren't you? You're very friendly. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. I'm going to sort of... What time is it at the moment? Is it early morning?
It's early morning. You've all woken up fairly early.
Okay, so everyone else is awake as well.
Yep, so everyone else has woken up. And the other two, without the distraction of a small fluffy bird, you feel slightly different. You wake up and you feel like something imperceptible has changed overnight.
Oh, well, I'm going to stretch. Go find the bathroom. That's my first stop of the day.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Laura's going to go find the bathroom. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to get up and stretch, and I'm going to get some. I never had a good rest last night, but just feel a bit more vigorous, a bit stronger. Very interesting.
Are we all in separate rooms?
You are
Yeah.
in separate
Yes,
rooms,
we're all in separate rooms. Okay.
And as you've kind of got used to this raven's presence, you're also starting to notice this kind of feeling that something has changed ever so slightly, but you're not sure what. You're also starting to get this feeling come in.
Okay.
As I'm there, I'm obviously getting a wash, and I drop the soap I'm holding, and guest soap, no.
You're the only one in the show, so it's
There was a purpose for this.
I bet there was.
Would it sound any better if I said I fumbled with the soap? So I fumble with the soap, and as Elora drops the soap, it shoots off because it's wet, and then suddenly she catches it. I catch it in midair, and suddenly I thought,
Do you?
Yeah. Sorry, she thought. Yeah.
Do you catch it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a purpose.
Make me a reflex save.
There was a reason.
Is it a natural one?
Hang on a moment. Was it reflex? It was a 2 plus a 6. So it was an 8.
You noticed that you dropped it.
Oh, bugger it. Drop the soap. Oh, no. Oh, I'm just going to bend down, pick up the soap. No, I'm just, forget it. Moving on.
Yes. Right, okay. So you're all going to wake up, get dressed, obviously get yourself ready for the day. This little raven is still hopping around.
Yeah, so I'm getting all me. Well, I've had a wash and whatever, and getting my gear on to sort of go downstairs for breakfast, I would assume. So the raven's still following me around. I'm going to sort of turn to him and go, "Oh, so I'm going downstairs now, and I suppose you will be following me, so I will try and pick him up and sort of see if he wants to sit on my shoulder or
He
stand."
takes a couple of flaps and you don't even need to pick him up, he just hops onto your shoulder.
Okay.
He starts nibbling on your ear.
Oh, that comes quite sharp this morning. My ears are cold from that window being opened. Stop that.
And then you hear a voice on the phone. You think you're cold? Think about me.
Oh.
Oi!
Oh, sorry,
Oi.
Sorry, Orland. Thought you would be, can you feel cold?
I don't know. It just seemed appropriate.
Oh, okay, I'll shut the window then, and we'll go and find, hopefully they've got the fire on downstairs.
Okay.
Are we all ready to go? Everybody? In this room with me? 'Cause I now seem to have an entourage. A bird in an animated bag.
A bird in a bag.
Okay, so I suppose anyone sort of walking past the room will think I'm quite mad.
Quite possibly, yes.
So yeah, I shall endeavour to go downstairs now and find some breakfast.
Okay, so I take it you're probably all going to meet
Yes,
up
we're gonna-
downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to bang on everyone's
Yeah.
doors as I walk past.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
everyone's doors.
Well, no, the two that the other guys are in.
Yeah, so I'm going to have been dressed by this stage, and I'll come out and stick my head out the door and say, "Oh, g'day, morning, Ogvar. How's
Morning.
it going? What? Ogvar, you seem to have a bird on your shoulder.
Yes, it was tapping on my window this morning, and seems quite fond of me, and I couldn't bring myself to let him back out the window. So he's quite agreeable, and he's coming for breakfast.
So what you're saying is you've picked up a bird.
Well, yes, it wasn't there at night, but it was there in the bedroom in the morning, which
Well, that usually comes after a lot of drink and a late night, but never mind.
yes,
we'll move on then.
well, I'm not quite sure how it happened, but this is the situation we are in.
You are a man clearly of many talents. I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, hello, Sue. Yes.
Morning, morning, Cuin.
Morning.
Ogvar,
Hello.
you have a bird on your shoulder.
Yes, we've had this conversation with Elora. It
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Alora's just nodding.
yes. Yeah. Yes.
we will have a guest for breakfast. It seems.
Okay. More the merrier.
Morning, Orland.
Morning.
How's it going?
Bit cold.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, someone opened the window this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing that's how the bird got in.
Bleh.
Right, well, we'll go downstairs then, I reckon. Well,
Yes, quite agreeable.
right, so
Okay.
off we go, downstairs.
Okay. So you get downstairs, and it's relatively early morning. You can say it's probably about 7 o'clock in the morning. Relatively early. It's already quite busy in there. It's not as busy as it is in the evenings, and it's a lot more subdued, but there are quite a few people there, but there are several tables still open.
We take that stove over there. Okay. And then we can order some nice bit of scrap, bit of food.
Well, breakfast would be very welcome, I think. It's quite a late night, really.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I'm slightly famished. Oh,
So you go, you sit down, you go to get your breakfast, take off the charge for the breakfast, and with that you get some. It's a bit of a fry-up breakfast, but not a good one. You get a bit of bacon, a bit of sausage, some beans, but there's not a lot on the plate.
Is there any bread?
Yes,
Okay.
it's toast.
Nice. So I will break up a bit of toast and sort of offer it to the raven on my shoulder. See if he wants to. Have it. Okay. So he enjoys that. So.
Yeah.
point of fact, you shouldn't be giving birds bread.
That's true. It is true.
But he's having it because he ain't having any beans, sausage, or bacon.
It actually,
He's a vegan.
yeah.
Meat's what you eat.
Yes.
Meat, they do eat, corn and...
It's breakfast and I'm hungry.
He's not having me breakfast.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It seems to be a bit of rind on my bacon. Does your friend, fellow thingy, like a bit of rind?
I shall certainly try him.
There you go. Hot.
He nearly takes your finger off.
No, steady, steady.
That he seems to enjoy that.
Yeah, he's been enthusiastic. I'll give him that.
Yes, he's
Well, he's just a baby. He's growing, isn't he? He's very fluffy, isn't he?
He kind of puffs himself up and ruffles himself, and you get a small cloud of feathers pop off.
Yeah, maybe we should get him a bit of seed when we go. Maybe go do a bit of shopping later. Just so he's got something, or some nuts,
Well, I don't know what anyone's got planned, but later on this afternoon, when it starts to drop dark, I did promise that I'd take. I did say that I'd say to Leonard that I would take Rowan so he could play with him. It was part of the deal.
Okay, yeah. Haven't you got to pick up your...
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'll go and pick that up, but part of the deal he did is a very favourable price, but he wanted to play with Rowan, so, Rowan's not going to come out till it starts getting a bit dark, so we'll have to do Leonard sort of late afternoon, I think, to go and pick up my new bag.
Oh, no problem. We just got to try and find what to do before. I might go and...
Well, we need to do a spot of shopping, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, right, we've got the information that we need. So, I guess, and Esther's left the church and she's staying with us. Where is it? We've not seen Esther this morning. I don't know whether she's out and about or whether she's still in a room. But she's staying at the guild. But she's not going back to the church now. So, I'm guessing that we're going to be needing to move on and track the rest of, the quest. We've got some clues, for Genric's Tower and start moving down towards Selhoff. So, I guess we can do a bit of shopping, maybe pick up a couple of guild quests or something, and we do need to pick up some quests for on the way down to Selhoff. Might as well do something while we're travelling. But I do need to just go and, just really the only thing I've got to do is to go and see Leonard.
Oh, I might go and look at maybe a new flail or some new armour or something. Yes, I'll get some more coffee.
I did get some coffee.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got 50, 10 gold pieces worth.
Right.
Cup of
Well,
coffee.
Most useful on the road, that.
Yeah.
I can replace that through, joint loot.
Yeah, fine. It's not a problem. It's paid for now. Going forward, we'll use,
Okay. Yes, well,
use the party loot for that, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna suppose we better divvy some of this up a bit. Not empty it, but
Well, how much have we got in party loot now? How much have we got?
just under 2,400 gold pieces.
Do you want some in your pocket, Ogvar? Want to take a bit?
I do need to do a small amount of shopping today, I think, but
Sure. Well, do you want to just take 500 out or something? If you give, take 500 each and then leave
I
the
think
rest
that will
in.
more than
that'd be
cover
fine.
what
Is
I
that
need
good?
to buy.
Okay, we'll
Yes.
do that then. So I'll let Cuin sort that out for us now.
As you're all talking, Esther makes an appearance downstairs. She looks slightly dishevelled, but she makes an appearance, and she goes up to the bar, buys herself breakfast, and plonks herself down at your table.
Morning, Esther.
Morning, Esther.
Oh, yes, morning all. Oh, who's this?
Yes, Ogvar's got a new friend.
Well, this is a raven. He almost let himself in this morning. Don't exactly know who he is, or I haven't really thought about it.
Oh, isn't he sweet?
He's still very fluffy, isn't he? Just a baby, really.
She holds her hand out to him, and he just kind of nope, sticks his head up the other way and ignores her. She goes, and she pulls a bit of bacon off her plate. And she holds it out, and he kind of grudgingly accepts it. But he doesn't seem to like her very much for some reason.
No. You'd be more than friendly with everybody else. You need to be friendly with Esther as well.
Well, Esther, we've got a bit of shopping to do today. I'm thinking about picking up some guild quests, and I have to go and see Leonard's leatherwork, or later on there's something I've got to pick up from him. But after that, I was thinking we were thinking that maybe we could start off to Selhoff first thing in the morning, travel down, because obviously we've got to follow the trail that we need to follow. And if you're still up for coming with us, then
Oh yes, absolutely. I probably won't be with you today. I've just got to go make my rounds and say goodbye to some friends and whatnot. But I'll be here at the end of the day, and obviously we can set off tomorrow morning if that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll meet back here and we'll do dinner, yeah?
Yes, of course, yes.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, right, I'm going to need to go to, obviously, an armourer and, weapons. Where would we be?
So I guess we'll get up from the table, walk to the door,
Yeah, so
wave to Esther, and
she waves back, and she's got a mouthful of beans, and she's like,
Yeah, enjoy!
right, back out onto the street then. Early morning market in full swing, I take it, as usual.
Well, you're down where you are. You're on the side where there's all the shops and everything, all like the kind of weapon shops. So
Sure, right, okay.
it's not like the same kind of market down by the docks when you were down by the Trotting Shout. But you can hear people moving about. There aren't many people shouting this early in the morning or advertising their wares. Okay.
So, looking down the street, I'm going to turn to Ogvar and Cuin and say, I've got a few things I want to do, but maybe you boys would like to find out what it is that you want to do first. Where do you need to go? Anywhere specific?
Well, I'll just possibly buy see if I can find anyone that does masterwork flails or something like that. Just give a bit of a boost in the old hitting things.
Min-maxer!
He's texted me though. He said, your bow that you're going to get more powerful. Can I do that with a flail?
Power flail.
Power flail.
What can you do? Attach it to an egg beater.
There's a thought.
I don't want to give him thoughts.
An automatic spinning flail.
Yeah, and every time he gets to a town, he's going to add another flail onto it. It's going to enter.
Page 116.
It's like some sort of gyro cock.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Oh my
116.
god, can you just imagine?
Right.
Where'd he go? It's up there. If he turns it off, he's going to fall.
Oh, that's two weapons.
Gust of wind.
Oh,
There we go.
I think Cuin's in the
Sorted.
next town now.
Yep, you die from lack of oxygen.
While you're up there, take pictures of people's houses. It's a nice side business. Take an imp with you, do some painting.
yes, I'm going to start a business. Selhoff Incorporated.
Okay, so you've walked out of the Adventurers Guild, and you're in the street. What are you doing?
Right. I think I'm going to go and see if I can find a masterwork heavy flail. I've been quite enjoying this flail thing. So
Laura's going to raise one eyebrow, look at Ogvar out the corner of her eye, and just go, yeah, well, you are quite good at swinging that thing around.
yes, it's all in the rhythm.
God, somebody do something. Let's just go. It's too early in the morning for this, Cuin.
Yes, let's
Okay.
do a spot of shopping.
Off we go.
Okay.
Right, so I'm gonna go into a reasonably good-looking...
There are lots of shops in this area, so it's really just a case of pick one you fancy.
I'll go in here. Hello, good fellow. Is there any possibility of you creating a masterwork heavy flail?
Why, yes, of course. We actually have one in stock.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yes,
that's
we do.
awesome. Is it need to be silver? That's the only problem.
Silvered weapons are the only ones we sell, sir.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Oh, we're going to get on very nicely. How much is that? By any possible chance?
This could be one more gold piece than you've got.
Well,
So as Cuin is talking to the shopkeep, I'll turn to Elora. Is there anything you wanted in particular today, Elora?
Well, I was thinking about buying a masterwork heavy flyer. What do you reckon? How many do you reckon they've got? Just the one?
You might have a sale.
That'd upset him though, wouldn't it?
Buy one, get one half price.
well, you could always have one.
He'd probably have it off you as well and have one in each hand.
Laura's just going to laugh at that.
Yes, that would be 350 gold pieces.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. Here you go. So I'm going to hand over 350.
Okay.
That's
So he takes 350 and he pulls a heavy flail off the wall. It's silver, masterworked, and he hands it over.
Oh, thank you very much. Very decent of you. That's rather good. Thank you.
Pleasure doing business.
Is it like a shop Are we inside, or is it like a blacksmith's sort of...
You're inside.
Yard.
It's a proper shop.
Oh, okay.
You've walked into this. There's an open door. The door's open, and you've walked in, and the entire room it's just stacked out with weapons on racking, on like display units around the side of the shop. You've got several kind of weapon racks which are filled with spears, lancers, lances, javelins on the inside of the shop, and they're kind of herringbone fashion stacked up in these racks down the middle of the shop. You've got small display cases filled with daggers and other small throwing knives, other bits and bobs, stuff like that.
Are there any bows in there, in the shop?
No bows in this shop.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Would you be interested in buying a normal normal silver flail?
Well, I'll inspect it first if that's all.
Here you go, young sir. It's,
Wipe all the blood off from the night before.
I don't know. I always clean my weapons.
He takes
Excuse the candle wax.
That was my armour.
He takes a thorough look at this flail. He takes a look at the state of the handle. It looks at the chain, makes sure there's no fracturing in the chain or kind of general wear in the chain. He looks at the kind of the head of it and the spike to make sure there's nothing loose or cracked.
It's well used.
Oh, not really. We've only been on the road 9 days.
It's well used.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, I can give you perhaps 20 gold pieces for
Yeah,
this.
that's fine. Here you go. Thank you very much.
Okay, and he takes it off your hand and he walks over to his desk, he gives it a slight wipe over and he puts it in the exact same slot you've just had your flail from.
Oh. Yeah, fits rather well there, doesn't it? Right, okay. You after anything, Ogvar, or are we off somewhere else?
I was looking for a bow, but I can't seem to find one in this shop.
No, sir, we don't sell bows at this shop, unfortunately.
Well, yesterday I went into the Silver Fox just down the way there, and was there anywhere nearby that you would recommend for ranged weapons?
Well, the Silver Fox is good for ammunition and the like, but for the actual weapon themselves, perhaps try a bit up the way. There's probably a shop up there.
Great.
Not very well versed in bows, unfortunately.
Okay, no, not a problem. It will be a small adventure then.
Laura's going to spin round, flip the cloak a bit, and then open the door and leave.
Okay.
Ogvar will follow through the door as well, yes.
You coming, Cuin?
Yes, yeah. Okay, yes. Onward.
So you all leave the shop and business has picked up slightly. You can see there's more footfall throughout the street. You haven't been in there long, it's a very quick transaction, but you can see there's an obvious increase in footfall.
So we're going to, obviously, Cuin is the last to come out of the shop.
Yeah.
We're going to wait for Cuin to come through the door. Wait, what?
Alright,
Don't,
thank
don't
you.
swing your flail in the doorway. I don't think I'd appreciate that.
Oh, I'm using my offhand.
You look very pleased with yourself there, Cuin.
Yes, it looks rather nice, doesn't it? It'll be... just make sure that when I'm hitting things, I hit them properly.
Well, you've deserved it.
Yes, should have some fun with this.
Yes, but maybe not just here.
Okay. Well, just wanted to
keep it holstered.
see how it felt,
My new friend seems to agree.
Elora's making pace down the road now. She's left these two behind.
Okay.
So she's heading for somewhere that does, a bowyers of some description. Somewhere that would do some bow equipment.
You follow.
Yeah, I'm following as well. Not quite sure where she's going because I don't think she's relayed this information to us just yet.
No, I'm just going off.
Okay. Oh, wait, Elora. Wait.
I'll look over my shoulder and I'll just wait up for a moment.
Where are we off to next?
Well, looking for bowyers. I'm looking for somewhere that I know you want to do something with a bow,
Oh,
and
yes.
I've got a few questions. So
Okay, it's 2 birds, 1 stone. Sorry about that.
Okay, so you can both roll me a spot check.
Okie dokie.
Well, actually, a search check, sorry. Searching for birds.
search. I've got to search. Oh, okay.
24 all in.
No, that's a 9 all in from the morning.
Okay. The person who spots the bowyers, you've gone up the street, the direction the gentleman in the shop suggested. But you've been walking for about 10-15 minutes, and you just managed to see there is a sign, like a hanging sign, and hanging from that sign is a simple stick. When you looked at the shop itself, above the door, there were the words painted on, the bent twig.
The bent twig.
Right.
And when looking through the window, you can see a very dusty, dingy shop, which is absolutely racked out with bows.
Okay. I will point over to the shop and say to Laura, "Oh, so there seems to be a bow or two inside there. Take your fancy."
Yeah, fine, lead on.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
So I will
Yep.
walk to the shop and is it a shop that you go inside?
Yes,
yeah,
it's a proper little walk-inside shop.
Okay, yeah. So I'll walk through the door.
Okay, you open the door, and when you put your hand on the door handle feels like it's going to fall off in your hand. But you push it open, and the door opens,
Okay.
and you walk inside the shop.
Okay.
It is as dusty as it appeared from the outside. The dust is really, really thick. It's lying on every single surface. But all around the inside of this shop, it's really dimly lit by a couple of candles. There's not much light coming in through the windows. But all around the shop, you can see bows of every shape, size, colour. And they are just stacked up. They're hanging from the walls. They're hanging from the ceiling. There's strings hanging over a coat rack. There are pieces of half-worked wood in barrels around the shop. There's all sorts of large curls of wood on the floor. It's a mess in there. It looks like someone's workshop.
Okay, cool. So, I think we might be in the right place. It looks like they may be made here.
Oh, that looks promising. See what they got.
Yes. What exactly were you looking for?
Well, I've got a light crossbow, but it's just a standard crossbow. It's nothing special, and having earned a little bit of coin now, it might be time to have a little bit of an upgrade, maybe. I mean, I don't think we're on the easiest task, so I think perhaps might need to look at that.
Yes. May I suggest we have a browse then?
Yeah, we'll do that. You sort yourself out first, Ogvar. I'm going to have a real good shifty, because I'm not quite sure what I want.
No problem.
Pair of you can roll me a spot check.
spot.
That's a 19 all in from Elora.
That's a 9 all in for Ogvar.
Okay. As you're looking at the bows around this room, one thing stands out to you, Elora, in particular, in the fact that there are no metal fixings on any of these bows. Not even silver. They're just purely wooden bows.
Right. Yeah. Ogvar,
Oh, yes?
have you noticed something about all this stuff in here?
Yes,
really
it's very
nice.
dusty.
Well, yeah, but I kind of meant, like, none of it has got any metal fixings. None of it. It's all just completely wooden. It's all wooden jointed. Everything is wooden.
So Ogvar will turn to the nearest shelf and sort of put his hands on his hips and have a good squint and turn back. Oh yes, I hadn't noticed, but yes.
It's amazing craftsmanship, isn't it?
Oh yes, undoubtedly.
Probably built to last.
One would hope. So, is there a shopkeeper around?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. And where is Cuin at this point?
I don't know. We left him on the
He's eating a biscuit by the looks of it.
Cuin is wandering outside. He's seen you go in, and he may look up an armourer to have a check on his old armour, because his helmet keeps having problems, doesn't it?
Okay. So you're in the shop and you've noticed that the wood is everything's made of wood, not metal.
Mm-hmm.
And a figure appears from the back, round the corner. Hello. How can I help you?
I'm wondering what crossbows you might have. I've got this little light crossbow. It's just a basic crossbow. It's nothing special. But I guess I am looking for something special.
No crossbows here, sorry.
Oh.
We don't deal with the mechanics required for a crossbow.
Okay, alright, okay, that's fine. In that case, it might be Mr. Surefort over here that is interested in something that you have.
As the figure steps forward into the light, you can see that it's quite an old, wizened man. He's quite short, bent over, but he is wearing entirely kind of animal skins,
Okay.
and he's barefoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Hello. Name's Ogvar. I'm on the market for maybe upgrading to a some sort of compound bow, maybe long bow compound.
Ah, okay. Well, if we shall try some of these then. And he takes you over to where his little section of longbows is.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts giving you longbows, getting you to hold them, seeing how they feel in your hand, how the length feels for you, the weight,
Okay.
the material, how much you're pulling on the sinew. And he starts going through that process with you.
So yeah, I'm sort of testing them out and drawing a few back, and so I'm going to plug the courage at it. May I ask a question?
Of course.
Obviously, with the compound bow, it's much harder to draw them back, and I noticed there's a lack of metal on all of your bows. Will these last with the added strain?
He gives you a smile and goes, they will last.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will have to trust in your workmanship then. Do you make them all yourself?
Yes, I do.
Oh, looks like you've been doing it a long time.
Indeed I have. A long, long time.
Okay. Well, I think I've settled on this one. Here, please.
Okay.
So just a composite longbow, please.
Okay. So he takes it and he gets you to hold it. Goes, how's the length?
Okay.
Okay. He asks you a couple more questions and then he goes, and obviously it's pretty good fit.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, do you want a design?
what are my options?
Whatever you want.
Okay. So when you say design, what were you looking
So
like? Some
like
carving?
a design on the bow, basically, he's
Okay.
offering you.
So we're talking like maybe some carvings or engravings type
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will have somewhere on it. Going from my roots as a goat herder, I will have a goat's horn inscribed onto it as well, please.
Okay.
So I will relay that to the man. I would like a goat's horn, if possible. Somewhere near where I knocked the arrow.
Okay. He smiles at you and he takes the bow and he holds it in one hand, kind of like across his arm, across his forearm. And the other hand he lifts up and he kind of trails it along the curve of the bow. And he starts muttering under his breath. And Elora, are you nearby?
I am. I'm stood towards the back of the shop.
You make me a knowledge arcana check.
Ooh, that's a 10 all in.
Okay. You get the slight tingling that maybe something magical is going on at the moment. But as he's whispering these words, the wood of the bow, it's actually kind of almost writhing and shivering under his touch, and it's actually forming and melding itself. And you can see that right under where you would knock the bow, kind of below the grip, the image of a goat's horn is starting to kind of inscribe itself and carve itself into the wood on either side. So like you've got a pair of curled ram's horns.
Nice.
And as he's doing this, and he finishes and the wood stops moving and he stops chanting and he goes, "There, it is done."
Oh, I see why there's no metal on these bows now. I should never have doubted you.
He gives you a wry smile.
So I suppose it's just the finances to sort now.
He goes, 400 gold. Just want to pop it in the box there. And he points to a box on a table.
Ah, I see. Yes, no metal, yes. Would you by any chance be a druid?
I used to be, yes. I used to be in the forest, but old age has caught up to me, and yes.
Ah, okay. Most understandable. No, put 400 gold. And say, I didn't catch your name.
I am Oakbeard, as my friends know me.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Ogvar. I will look forward to using your craftsmanship.
Happy hunting.
Thank you. So I'll turn to Elora and say, oh, okay, I think I'm sorted.
Well, that's a very nice bow.
Oh, yes, I'm
That's a very good purchase. I like that.
quite pleased myself.
Yes.
So I shall exit the shop now.
Okay.
And just as I'm going out the door, goodbye, Oakbeard.
Very well.
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye.
There you are. Any luck?
So yeah, just sort of, the bow's already on my back, so I just sort of reach back and tap it. And think, oh, yes.
Yes, that looks rather nice, doesn't it?
I hope it shoots as true as good as it looks.
Now it's in the sun, you can actually see that the wood has gained almost a kind of metallic quality to it. It looks kind of metallized, it's shining, it's like silvery shimmer.
Cool.
And as the light hits, you see that as you obviously walk out the shop.
Okay. So, because on my... Do I have to get rid of some weapons now, basically? So I've got my short bow, just bought a long bow, and I've got 2 axes.
Not really.
No, I'm okay to carry all that?
The short bow might interfere with the long bow, so if you're carrying it on your back.
Fumble check.
Yeah.
Quick draw. Pull out
A bow.
Raven. Oh dear.
Okay. Do I have to get rid of one then?
I'm not telling you what you can and can't do.
Okay.
The point is, if you've got a longbow
Yep.
and it's a +1 to hit, you're
You're
not
gonna
actually
use
going. You
short
ain't
bow.
going to go for your short bow, are you?
No.
It's not like they're different. Well, they might have different ranges. I don't know, but the thing is, you can't draw when you're in somebody's threatened square anyway.
Yeah.
Can you, with a bow, so.
Once you've got very talented troops, you're not using them both at once.
Yeah.
Right. Well, now that you boys are sorted out, let's see if we can find me a nice crossbow. What do you say?
Oh, yes. I think
Anybody,
it's
anybody
time,
see
yes.
a place that we can go that looks decent for that?
Everybody make me a spot check.
That's a 9 all in from Elora.
What? 20.
20.
Okay, so Cuin and
What? Is that all in or not?
Nah, a dirty 20.
I got an 18 plus 2.
Thank you very much for declaring that.
So, Cuin and Ogvar, you both managed to lay eyes on nearly at the exact same moment of time. Just across the street, there is a rather large store which appears to have a bit of everything weapons-wise in the window.
Ah, there we go.
I think that might be worth a look over there.
Yes, yeah, we'll go in there. The only other thing I need to do is try and get something about this armour. Maybe fix my helm.
Right, yeah, I'm going to go over to the door of the shop, push the door open and enter the shop.
Okay.
And what do I see?
There's a couple of other adventurers in there, buying their gear. There's a counter at the far end with a youngish woman stood behind. And there are just rows and rows of items in cases, in barrels, on racks.
Can I see any crossbows?
Yes, you can. Towards the back corner. In kind of like a forgotten corner almost. It looks like it has been touched for a while. But there are several crossbows hanging on the wall. And a couple more on some shelving units.
Right, I'll go and take a look at them. What kind of choices are there about them?
What do you mean?
Well, what is there something that particularly stands out?
Not really, no. They're just kind of like generic crossbows.
Okay, I'm going to go to the counter if I can, if I'm not having to wait in a queue, and sort of say, hi there, I was perhaps thinking about changing my crossbow. At the moment I've got a light crossbow and it's just a simple crossbow, there's nothing special about it, but I would like something kind of, well, special really. Thinking about upgrading.
Right.
Well, have you got anything that's kind of like masterworks or
Everything we got in the corner, love.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm going to turn away. I'm really uninspired by the guy, and I'm going to go to the door, and
Guy?
I'm walking out. Guy? Was it guy? I don't know. I just assumed it was a guy. Okay.
No, I did say woman.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe she had a boycott.
Right, okay, so I turned away from the counter and feeling quite inspired by the person behind the counter. Didn't find them particularly helpful, so Elora's just thinking, you know what? Nah, I can't be bothered.
Okay.
So she's going to turn around, she's going to walk out.
Okay.
End off.
Does she huff out in between Cuin and Ogvar?
Yeah, she's just going to wander through and just as she goes between them, she's just going to say, come on guys, I'm really not feeling this. Yeah, and you.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
going to open the door and go back out.
I think we should follow her.
Didn't even look at the crossbows.
No.
It's quite rude of that person.
Well, I just didn't think they were very helpful, and I'm not giving my money to somebody who's not helpful.
Undoubtedly, they don't.
I was brought up
don't
with-
deserve the.
I was brought up with manners, you know.
Yes, that's fine. You know, I've found somebody like that here, that one place. So,
Oh, what, the French guy?
oh yes.
Yeah.
I'd say we could go back there. See, the stuff was pretty good, but I'd probably end up trying my new flail.
Yeah. Elora's not... Is there anywhere else that Elora can go for... Is there anywhere else that's doing that kind of weaponry anywhere?
Yeah, you take a look around. It doesn't take you long to find another shop, which is doing a similar sort of thing, all sorts of bits and odds and ends.
Okay, I'm going to go in there and try in there then. Again, I'll open the door. This time I'll go straight down to the counter and just say, oh, hi, wonder if you can help me. I'm looking to upgrade my light crossbow. Have you got anything suitable?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Well, something with a little bit of pizzazz, something a bit nice, nicely made, maybe something that's a bit heavier hitting than the thing that I've got at the moment.
Right. Okay. And what have you got at the moment?
Well, it's just a simple light crossbow, nothing special.
Okay, we've got heavy crossbows.
No, it needs to be a light crossbow. I mean, I've got a bit of engraving on mine. It's nicely engraved, but it's got like silver and it's engraved. But unless, I mean, I quite like it. But can you do anything with it? Can you improve it at all?
Can't
Maybe.
improve it once it's made. Sorry, but
No, okay. Well, have you got something equally as nice that
well, if you want to take a look over there, all of our crossbows are on that wall over there.
Right, okay. I was going to turn round and walk over to the wall and have a look. What does she see?
You've got a selection of light crossbows and a selection of heavy crossbows.
No, she doesn't want a heavy crossbow. She definitely wants a light crossbow.
Okay. You've got a selection of light crossbows.
Right. Alora's feeling really uninspired, so she's going to leave the shop.
I haven't even looked at them.
No, you've got to examine them and then ask her this. Gordon Bennett, you. Oh no, I've got to
What
be.
you've effectively gone is you've walked into the EE shop, gone, I want a new phone. And they've gone, well, what have you got? What are you looking for? And you've gone, I want a new phone. Okay, we've got this one here. I don't like Apple. And then walked out.
That's kind of how most of them go, isn't it?
You didn't enjoy our breakfast.
No. Oh, right, okay. So I'm going to go over to the wall and have a look and see what I see. Can I examine
Yes.
what's there?
You take a look at the light crossbows. There are a couple of masterwork crossbows mixed in there. And there's a couple of standard crossbows.
Right. Is there anything sort of engraved? Something that looks super light and...
It's a crossbow, not a chandelier.
Okay. Elora's bored with this now. So, right, she's going to... Elora's decided she's going to stick with what she's got.
Oh my god.
There you go. Cut that one
Two
out.
shops later.
It's too much hassle. No, that's it. Forget it. Move on.
So
As we start to leave, I'm going to turn to Ogvar and say, "It's like this seems to be like shopping with my mother, in and out of shops all the time. I'm sure they only took me to carry the things."
well, if you will excuse me, I just have a small bit of business to take care of with the shopkeep. So, I'm going to walk up to the shopkeeper and good morning.
Morning.
Would you, by any chance, be interested in buying a short bow off me?
Sure, let's take a look at it.
I was going to sell it to Oakbeard over there, but I'm afraid he might not have agreed with the metal fixings. So it's your gain.
Yes. So she takes the short bow and she takes a look at it. And she goes, yeah, I mean, looks in really good condition.
Yes, I keep it to do some hunting and a bit of fighting, but the gesture my thumb over towards Cuin, he seems to take care of most of it for us, really.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, we can give you 25 gold pieces for that.
Yes, fine. So,
Okay.
yeah, quite happy to sell that, yeah.
Do the exchange, there we go.
Yeah, 25 was that?
25.
Okey-dokey.
Well, I'm going to go out. Right, before we set off or sort anything out, I feel I should maybe try and get something done about this armour, about my helm. It might be advantageous if every now and again it didn't fall over my eye, so I'm going to see if I can find an armour. Is that all right with you, lot?
Yeah, it's fine with you. Well, while you're doing that, there's something else I need to go and do. So if I slip off and do that, I just want to pop over to the File of Moonlight.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, sure. Right, so I'm going to try and find
Which side of town was the File of Moonlight on? Was it on the other side of town?
No,
On the other
it's
side of
further up towards the barracks.
the city? Okay, well, I'll start walking up towards that.
Okay. Yes.
So I put the green gem that the Raven gave me in my gems.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I'm going to look around for a armourer. Spot check.
No need. There are loads of places around here.
I'm going to walk in. Hello there. I'm having a bit of problem with my armour, mainly this helm, and it seems to be constantly falling down at the most unopportune moments. I wonder if you could help me, or you know, see what we can do.
Right, okay. He's a big guy and he holds his hand out for your helmet.
So I'm going to hand him. Like I said, there you go.
He takes it, he looks at it, he goes, keep it clean, that's good. And he looks at the hinges, he moves them about slightly on the visor. He inspects the inside and he goes, can't really see much wrong with it.
Oh,
Tell you what, 5 silver pieces, I'll tighten them up, see if that fixes it.
oh yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. Here you go.
And he very quickly just tightens the kind of like the bolts keeping the visor connected to the helmet up. Takes your 5 silver piece. He goes, I don't know if it's going to help, sorry, but I can only try.
Well, yes. We'll see. I mean, but thank you for trying. Most gratified. Here you go. There's your silver pieces.
He gives your
Thank you.
helmet back and he carries on with his work.
Okay.
Elora?
So we're gonna.
Meanwhile, up the road, I'm going to go into the fire of moonlight.
It's quite a distance away, so are you two following kind of up toward...
Yes, sir. Well, there's Elora. You know, that didn't take too long. I suppose we better go and catch up with her.
So they kind of catch up to you because it hasn't taken Cuin long to get his helmet tightened up.
Cool.
And the fire of moonlight is a fair distance away from where you are now.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll carry on walking up until I reach File of Moonlight. Open the door, go in, and I'm going to walk straight up to the counter and see if Karina's there.
Okay.
Let's go. Is there anybody? Actually, is she there?
She's there. She's brewing away in her cauldron. She's brewing away.
Right, well, hi Karina. You probably might remember me. We popped in yesterday. See you.
Yes.
I wondered if you could help me out with a couple of potions.
Okay. What can I get for you?
Well, I was looking for, there was 2 that I wanted really. I wondered if you had one of Sanctuary.
Right. Okay. She goes, yes. And she pulls from under her counter a vial filled with a potion. It's kind of filled with a silvery, kind of white glowing liquid.
Right.
Okay, and
Right. Yeah. Could I possibly? I'd like to take one of those if you can spare it.
yes, that's why I've got it on the counter.
Okay. Thank you, Karina. I'll have that. How much is that one?
50 gold pieces.
Okay. And the other thing that I really was hoping that you'd have, and perhaps weren't sold out of, was Hide from Undead potion.
She looks at you and she reaches back under the counter and pulls out another vial. And this time the liquid inside is almost kind of like a grey, smoky, translucent looking liquid.
Right.
Yes. 50 gold pieces for that one also.
Yeah, I'd like to take one of those as well, if that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't suppose you've got a cure light wounds, have you?
She once again reaches back under the counter and pulls out a potion of cure light wounds.
And the price on that one is
50 gold.
then. Okay, I will give Karina the 150 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And I will stash them in my backpack and sort of say to her, we're going to be leaving Dranau soon, and we're going to go and see if we can follow the trail and find out anything about Karina. No, not Karina. Shit, I've forgotten her name.
Katerina.
Thank you, Katerina. It's got me doing it. He does it all the time. We'll go and see if we can follow the trail of Katerina and see if we can find out what's happened to her.
Very well. I wish you luck.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks very much for your help. And I'm going to turn around and leave the shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Are you all done with your shopping?
I do believe so, yes.
Yeah, I don't think I want to buy anything else.
After catching up on some much-needed kip and a hearty breakfast, the team seized the opportunity for a last-minute spot of shopping. They plan to ditch Dranau and set off for Selhoff in the search for more pieces of the puzzle to complete their quest for the Church of Avacyn. Will their travel plans finally come to fruition, or will they somehow become sidetracked?
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Having you as a listener means everything to us. So, whichever streaming service you choose to listen to us with, please give us a like, subscribe and follow. We would love for you to join us on our Facebook or Twitter page, where you can catch up with all of our latest news. While you're waiting for the next episode of Secrets of the Silver City, why not pop over to our website, where you can read all of the information about this campaign, from backstories to setting. All of the links are in the bio of this episode. Join us again next week for the next instalment. Thank you for listening.